going on, everybody? I am Maverick Mike, and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite patterns and most profitable patterns out there, my first green day pattern. If you're one of those people that are out there right now saying, why do I keep missing that move? Or you're scrolling on your phone and you're seeing all these other people making profits, or what I like to say, tagging bags, and you're saying, how are they catching that? Well, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to teach you about my most profitable pattern, and that is the first green day pattern. So what's up, everybody? For those of you guys that don't know who I am, my name is Maverick Mike, founder of the Maverick Mastery Room and Simpler Trading website. I trade live twice a day, 1 hour in the morning from 9:15 to 10:30, and 1 hour in the afternoon from 2:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern. Those 2 times of the day are very important to me because that's where I identify my most profitable pattern, the first green day. And that's what we're going to go over today. So this pattern isn't just any ordinary pattern. I've been trading this pattern since I started trading all the way back in 2015 when my profits were literally down to $360, and I was able to turn my trading account from a weasel $500. It's right about in 2016. Let me find the spot. So I was able to turn my $500 into account to now over 400, and we're coming close to 60,000, 460,000 in profits. 500K, $500,000. I'm coming for you with these first green day plays. Now, throughout that journey, I've been able to consistently trade 5 different patterns. And today, we're going to review one of them, and this is my favorite one, the first green day. The first thing we have to do is, how do we identify a first green day? What exactly does that even mean? And it's exactly what the title is. It's a first green day. It's when a stock is either doing nothing for a long period of time, usually a week or more, so it's trading sideways for a week or more, and then creates a day that is 10% plus. I consider that a first green day. Or, my favorite one, if we're creating multiple red days, usually I say after 3 red days, the odds of you getting that first green day is better. So after 3 red days, start to look for that first green day potential. And usually after the multiple red days, you'll get this first green day of 10% more. And that's what we consider a first green day. Now, what we're doing with this first green day is we're always identifying the stock. We're identifying the pattern. We're making sure there's enough volume in that pattern. And usually I like $1 million or more. And then the most important thing is I like to zoom into the daily chart. So I'll zoom into the 1 day, 1 minute. And I'll be able to identify the risk level that I could potentially risk off of overnight if I decide to take this first green day overnight. Now, what exactly is the plan with the first green day when you buy one? Well, the whole purpose in most of my stocks, or most of my buys and sells in my portfolio, comes from overnight plays. Meaning I like to buy them in the last hour of the day, power hour, from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern, and I sell them that next morning, usually in the first 10 minutes of the day, sometimes being a little more patient and letting them try to run, but usually within that next hour of the day I'm selling. So with these first green days, we look for a 10% plus green day, and then the next morning, we're looking for another 10 to 15% follow-up. An example I like to put is, just think about it. It's momentum in anything in life, like sports right now. The Panthers are Stanley Cup champs, and they're just riding the wave of momentum. Well, momentum is very important in trading too. And if you think about a stock that has been doing nothing and then finally creating a first green day, or creating some sort of volume that people are looking at now, that can create emotions that you want to be a part of, and emotions that can scare people. So think about a stock that's going sideways for a while and finally spikes. Who is that going to scare? Any short seller. And we like to be in spots where short sellers are scared. Same thing on the way down. If a stock's momentum trending down and then it gets that first green day 10% more on the way up, there's a good chance it follows up because you have another emotion that pops up like this other pattern that we just talked about, the sideways first green day, and that is the same thing, fear. Short sellers will be scared and they're finally seeing momentum going the opposite way when they were just relaxed for 3 straight days. So that causes fear, which then causes us to try to take advantage of a momentum play as well as possibly a short squeeze. And the bonus on top of the play is usually every single day we look to make 10 to 15% from one day to the next. Every once in a while you'll come across something called sector momentum, and we're getting that right now in a couple different sectors with the AI sector and the quantum sector. But sector momentum usually creates big boost in these stocks that I trade, and it will cause a stock that is trading 10% on the day to then possibly spike that next day 10, 20, 30, 50, and sometimes even 100% overnight. So sector momentum is one bonus and news is the second bonus. If the stock you're playing with a first green day has one of those two, go for it. Now, you always have to have a risk level too. But alright, let me give you one example of a first green day that we recently just made some really good profit off of overnight. And that's going to be ABAT. It's an EV stock that we recently traded. If you look at my team, this is actually my team. Every single day I'm live with them and I send out my alerts. We actually have our buy alert and sell alert right here in ABAT. You can see I described it as a first green day. And you can see we sold it for 20% the next morning, exactly what we were looking for. Now, how did we identify this? A couple different things that are great about being in the Stock Mavericks Mastery. I create a weekly watch list every week. If you scroll down on the weekly watch list, ABAT was actually on there to break over 123. And when it broke over 123, we played it. And then also on the overnight watch list, I create an overnight watch list every single night for the team to possibly try to profit overnight. And look at that. The number one stock on the 29th is ABAT for a first green day with news this morning. So the bonus on top. So now let's dive into the trade. Every time I get into a trade, remember the pattern has to be there 10% plus, but we need to have a risk level. The risk is the most important thing. So all my watch lists give you risk levels. We can see the risk is 126. So let's dive into the stock now. This is the day that we traded it. First green day. Every time I get into a trade, I like to go into the 1 year, 1 day chart. And I like to look at, all right, there's a big first green day after it hasn't done anything in about 3 weeks. It hasn't done anything. Now it's having this big green day. I like to look back at the past and say, can this spike possibly again? Because we've already had a first green day in the past. Has it been able to follow up in the past? Which I look at. This one did, yes. This one didn't. This one did. This one didn't. This one did. So there are chances that it's not going to follow up. But I am very familiar with this stock. I've been trading now for 10 years. And this is actually an old OTC stock that I used to trade, ABML, back in 2020 and 2021. Very profitable on this stock. If you go back to my Profitly, you can definitely find some trades and some profits from ABML. But now that it's listed, we could still profit off of it. It's the same pattern. Even though it's a listed stock, OTC stock, doesn't matter as long as it's lining up with the pattern. So the pattern is the first green day. Now let's identify the risk. I dive into the actual daily chart. I'll zoom out to the 1 minute. So I like to look at the 1 minute because I like to look at every minute. Some people like to look at the 5 minute, 15 minute. I'm one of those guys that look at the 1 minute. I stare at it all day. And what I got here, you get a perfect first green day. That first green day, what do we need? Remember, a risk level. So that's what we're looking for as the day creates. And I like to buy in the last hour of the day. So in that last hour of the day, we take advantage of it right at, what was the buy alert again? 144. So we actually bought this a little high. Remember, on the weekly watch list, I had the breakout down here at 123. So I should have bought at 123. I could have made 50% of my money. Instead, I waited a little longer. Either way, I formed a risk. The risk was there at 133. We bought at 144, and it is just a beautiful follow-up from there. We get the close that we like. Anytime you buy a stock, you want it to at least get some sort of cushion, because then overnight, if the stock comes back down, you can sell break even, or you can sell for a small profit. So the fact that we got the cushion is exactly what we like for overnight play. And even if the stock comes back down, we use this as our cut. We lose a little bit. That's the whole purpose. Small risk, great upside. This stock had news on the 29th too. So look at that. It had news that day as well. So the bonus on top of a first green day is what? Sector momentum or news. We just got one of those two. We're going to let our winners win. And the next morning, we wake up to a huge gapper and we sell right at the perfect spot, bright and early in the morning at 177, hitting the top there, making over 30% on our money. It was 33 cents on a dollar stock, 10,000 shares, so over $3,000. And that is how you make overnight opportunities on a first green day. And not every day it's going to work, but at the end of the day, to win $3,000, if this didn't work and we cut it our loss here, we would have only lost $600. So a $600 risk for a $3,000 upside. That is how you grow an account. And I look to do that day in and day out, every single day, with my team in the Stock Mavericks Mastery. So remember, this is just one of the 5 patterns that I consistently have found profit in the past 10 years of my trading. I do it live every single day, twice a day with my team. We have other members in there tagging bags with us daily. You could be doing it too. Check me out in the Simpler Trading website under Stock Mavericks Mastery. Would love to have you on the team. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to start coming back to YouTube. It's been about 2 years, but I'm back. So make sure to click that subscribe button, click the like button, and we're going to keep coming out with some new content. If you guys want me to create some more content too, write it in the comment box. I'm always down to create more content. Alright guys, much love, stay safe out there, and always remember, let's get rich together. Peace. Hey guys, Mike here, Director of Small Caps on Simpler Trading. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to click the subscribe button below and click for the alerts so you can get more daily trading videos. Also, if you'd like to see me put my skills into use, I trade live every single day on the Simpler website in the Mavericks Mastery Room. Hope to see you guys, and good luck out there. See ya.